Alafia, Abaru, Oboye, Obosheshe. Faith that all is well. Faith that you're finding this video in good health and good peace. You know, I don't want to linger too long today, but I want to speak about, are you African or are you American? Okay? Now, I know there's going to be a lot of conversation about Native American, Moorish, Israelite, etc. And that's fine. If that's what you subscribe to, that's fine. If you don't believe that you have African blood, that's fine. I'm not here to argue your beliefs. But I am here to shine light on the people who know that they have African blood, African ways, African bodies and minds, and living here in America. When we get to Ifa and the culture of African spirituality in general, we always see appropriation. We always hear about appropriation. We always hear about individuals speaking about African Americans or Americans in general, misappropriating the cultures, stealing the cultures and different things like that. Understand that a true African has no problem with another true African practicing the culture and traditions, but we must be practicing it the right way. And a lot of us African Americans, we have trouble with this. So when we speak about African Americans, what is the issue with African culture? The main issue when we come to this is not your Africanness. We know that you are African. The Nigerian brothers know I am an African. The brothers from Oyo know I am an African. The brothers from Benin, the brothers from Ghana, the brothers from Algeria, Liberia, Libya, when we speak to them, they know that we are African. They have no issue with the part of us that is African. They have an issue with the part of us that is American. We seem to live around our oppressors and the European tradition and science. So we seem to pick up on it. What do you mean, Baba? Well, many times we think that just because we are African, that elects us or enlightens us to be able to take a specific item, specific tradition, and make it our own. When in reality, Africa is about tribal systems. Africa has a political system. So we got to keep this in mind, that just because you are African American does not mean that you belong in a specific group, culture, or branch. Okay? We must learn how to build the connection with our brothers and sisters back home. And it can be something simple to what causes us to be less African and more American. The way of thinking, this is something that I am interested in, right? So the American in us, we will go to Africa or we will go to African centralized places, even here in America. We will go and we will find the culture. And when we find the culture, we will find certain traditions, items, tools, clothing, whatever, right? Rituals. And we want to make it ours. We want to own it. We want to take it, put our little mojo on it, and then make it ours again. Reinvent something, recreate something. This is an American vibration. This is American mindset. This is not an African mindset. The African mindset says, come, learn, duplicate, make your life better. Don't come, steal, take, and never replace. This is an African way of thinking. When we find something, see something, like it so much, and want to take it home with us. No, we leave majority of the plant in town so the rest of the town can enjoy the plant. You take a little bit of the leaves, you take a little bit of the flowers, and you take it back home. I'm speaking about like foraging and different things like that, but on all different types of levels. Okay? Let's take the aruco, right? This tool has specific guidelines, schematics, understanding, knowledge, vibrations, voltage, and history behind it. It's not just for looks. It's not just for decoration. Is in the entirety. It's not only for divination. It's not only for readings. Yashay has a lot of different parts that represent certain frequencies or energies. We have a lot of different reasons to why we could use a specific item or a specific tool. Ashay. So when we use this for divination, it is one responsibility that it has, but it also has more responsibilities to the practitioner, to the babalao, to the reader, to the participant. Ashay. So we must keep that in mind that individuals might want to get these items and get these tools and use them for decoration or use them in the correct manner. And this is where the taboo comes from. This is where the frustration or the so-called African saying that we're appropriating certain things, right? Or we're taking certain parts of the culture and not respecting it the way it's supposed to be respected. And as a quote-unquote African, and let's just not even use the term African, but let's use the term of melanated being, indigenous being, tribal culture, traditional person that's living inside of America. On the melanated side, on the tribal and cultural traditional side, you need to be more open to this, to not taking specific items and appropriating it. I see people even doing it with like paganism or Wicca. In the African cultures, they would find something that they like, find something that's cool to them, find something that they want to be trendy about or look cool, or end up just beating around the bush with, without doing the proper research, without doing the proper information, without having the proper elders and godparents in their life, to teach them what they need to use the tool or the item or the instrument or equipment in the proper way. Okay, so this is something that's big when we start coming to the type of ways we think. The African, the African mindset believes that it is a community-based spirit. It's a spirit to where we don't take and not replace. It's not a spirit to where we don't take from the village and bring home. We leave specific items in the village, and we leave our home to come get the items, so the rest of the village can live in harmonious prosperity as well. Ashay. So I didn't want to linger too long on this. I just wanted to remind us that it's not the African that's in you that is the issue. It will always be the American culture that's in you that makes you believe that you have extra powers or enlightenment or elections than you do when it comes to specific things like culture, traditions, and spiritual practices. Okay? So once again, I didn't want to linger too long. Normal class, I wanted to get some content to you guys, but normal class is postponed. This week we will have the Odu study, but normal class is postponed this week and possibly next week. We are going through the mentorship program. We are going through specific ceremonies at this time, and a lot of people are getting work done, preparing for the remainder of the year. Ashay. So we are kind of like backed up on the schedule as far as live recordings, but all pre-recordings like Odu study will be released at its normal time. Ashay. So faith that you have retained something in your notes from this small conversation and statement. Faith that all is well. Faith that you stay healthy out there. Ashay Abakon, Abaru, Aboye, Abosheshe.